I'm David Settle from Wyopreps.com. It's time for our Athlete of the Week honors presented by Premier Bone and Joint Centers. We're worthy of Wyoming. And one of our winners this week is Kodi Allred, who actually goes to Mountain View High School, but plays high school softball at Green River for the Wolves. And she had an absolutely fantastic week, leading her team to not one, but two conference wins in the Southwest Pod over Cheyenne South 12-9, and they beat Laramie 6-5 in an interesting kind of back and forth game early, and then ended up being a couple errors that decided that one. But Kodi hit 900 last week. Yes, 900 in 3 games last week. She had 9 hits, 4 doubles, a triple, drove in 7 runs, scored 6, walked once, no strikeouts. Her slugging percentage was 1.500, and her OPS was an off the charts 2.409. If anybody knows what OPS is, on base plus slugging, 2.409 is off the charts, really. Kodi joins me. Kodi, congrats on being our Athlete of the Week. Think back to last weekend from your perspective. How do you feel you played last weekend?
I feel like my whole team played great as a group. I felt really good on the field and hitting, of course. It just felt like we actually could tie it all together.
What was the key, you think, to winning the two conference games to give Green River an early lead in the Southwest Pod?
I think the biggest reason we could hang with those teams is because we didn't have errors all strung together. So if we did, they were kind of here and there, but instead of all in one group and then letting runs score. So
What was working well at the plate to hit 900? Something did the ball seem like a watermelon to you or something? I mean, my goodness, to hit 900 on the weekend, that's just unbelievable.
I think I just tried to approach the plate confidently, just knowing I'm going to get on, whether that's a walk, a hit, single. I wasn't swinging for the fences, so I just barreled up. That was what
Okay,
I was thinking.
okay. What's kind of your strategy when you're at the plate? What are you looking
Um,
for?
I am a first strike hitter, so I will try and go early in the count. I don't want to get behind. But if I do end up with a strike on me or maybe two, I try and work the count as much as I can at that point.
Hmm?
But I'll battle till I can get on. So if I do, I'll foul it off. But I do like to hit first, maybe second pitch.
The Laramie game was an interesting one. I happened to be there for it. They
Mhm.
take a 4-0 lead. I thought you guys did a great job battling right back and answering with four. Then it turned into a heck of a pitcher's duel,
Yeah.
and nobody could really do much of anything. And then a lot of drama and fireworks in the seventh. How do you feel like
Mhm.
you pulled that one out to sweep the conference games?
Again, it was the errors. We could dial them in. It wasn't strung together, like I said already. Definitely pitcher's duel. It was just, out after out, and so it was a defensive game, that's for sure.
What's your thought process when you're catching Hayden Terry?
Um, I try and keep things lighthearted a little bit, so we
Okay.
both stay kind of relaxed. Just me and her is what I say. It's just me and you out here, you know.
All right. Now, I know you play more than just catcher, but do you have a preference as to where Coach Hyde puts you on the field?
Man, it's hard because when I'm at short, I miss catch. When I'm catching, I miss short. It honestly, it's a toss up.
No
I love them both.
shortstop has ever said that in the history of the game that, oh, when I'm at short, I miss catching, and when I'm catching, I miss short. I'm just giving you a
Yeah.
hard time for that. But uh, how, speak on that a little bit in terms of your versatility. I mean, because it can be tough and rugged on players to play behind the plate, but then you go out in the field and play shortstop, which, that's a key position on the infield. What is that like for you from a mental standpoint? How do you approach it?
Uh, Definitely if I start catching, I want some grounders hit to me before the second game, just so I can get out of the catcher mindset, get into the shortstop mindset. And obviously, if I start shortstop, then I just catch Hayden, warm her up, so I'm already in that kind of mode. But I need to change my mindset to I'm in every play to where I need to help other people with other plays.
Okay.
So it's a little different there too, mindset wise.
You're in your fourth year. What's it been like to kind of grow and develop with the Green River program?
It's kind of up and down. There's ups and downs. I love the team so much. I wouldn't rather play anywhere else. They have my back, I have theirs. I've had some relationships I've developed that you know, I can't lose those. So
Now, I know
that's kind
you're
of
a
how it is.
multi-sport athlete. What is it about softball that you love?
The atmosphere. I can be like screaming in the dugout, nobody's gonna tell me to stop. I can just the energy is a lot better in softball. But
That's cool. Did you have you just grown up playing that? I mean, I know your brothers play baseball, so you've been around the diamond a lot. Was that an influence at all, or did you just find softball, or how did that kind of come about?
so my brother started with baseball, and when I was 9, I joined their baseball team. And so I played baseball up until eighth grade year, maybe, when I was like, maybe it's time for a switch. That was really hard for me because I was like, oh, softball, a baseball girl's gonna be like, oh, that's, rough. But then I was like, this is really competitive. It right when I joined, I was like, this is where I belong. My brothers have been an influence though. They're both playing collegiate ball. My oldest brother's Division 1 right now. Second oldest will be Division 1 next year. So they're definitely a huge part of my life that way.
And then I know you've got a little something kind of on the side where you're doing some hits that help out the Green River Food Bank. What's that all about? How did that come to your mind?
Uh, it just came because the community in Green River was so great, and I just wanted to help contribute to that. Since I don't live there, it was a big, I need to be more of a part of their community as well as my own.
Okay.
And knowing that kids go hungry, just it kills me.
All right. Well, that's a cool one, man. Hats off to you for starting something like that. If you're not familiar with it, Kodi gets a hit, and it kind of helps donate food to the food bank and things like that. And so you're racking up hits. You racked up a lot last weekend, hitting 900. So that's pretty good for them in that regard. Lastly, before I let you go, what's going to be a key for Green River to continue to play at a good, solid level, especially to keep improving, so that when you get to the postseason, things kind of click the way you want them to, Kodi?
I think it's taking on your role, whether that's in the dugout, hitting, or on the field. I think we just need to fall into places a lot more confidently. There's been kind of a lack of confidence, and I want the girls to know that they can do it. They can make a hard play. I believe in them.
Well, Kodi, thank you so much for some time. Great weekend last weekend, and congratulations on being one of our athletes of
Thank
the
you.
week.
Thank you so much.
I'm David Settle here at Wyopreps.com. We continue talking about this week's Wyopreps Athletes of the Week, presented by Premier Bono Joint Centers. We're worthy of Wyoming. And this week's boys winner is the keeper from Mountain View Soccer, Colter Timms. He and the Buffaloes with their first ever wins last weekend against Kodi and Powell in high school soccer action. They took down top-ranked Kodi on Friday 2-0 and then took down second-ranked Powell last Saturday 1-0. And in both matches, Colter ended up with 7 saves, so 14 saves, but kind of an historic weekend. And Colter, congratulations. Thanks for taking a few minutes. First of all, how did it feel? Take me back to last Friday and Saturday, and what was it like for you guys to go on the road and sweep number one and number two?
It was absolutely awesome. It's just an awesome experience to get to go and do it not only against the number one and two teams, but away at their home stadiums was just a cool experience.
What do you think was the biggest key for you guys to pull those two wins off?
I think just being able to play as a team the first day against Kodi was really big and just got a lot of momentum for us, and everyone was looking good playing as a team, came out strong. And then the second day against Powell was just we were definitely on tired legs, but it was also just huge momentum from the day before kept us going good.
For you, what did you see in front of you? How did your defense play in front of you?
The defense was outstanding. I really think that they were a huge reason why I got Athlete of the Week. They definitely stepped it up big time and prevented a lot of big opportunities for Kodi and Powell.
Take me back to the Kodi match. You get 7 saves in that match. What did you see coming your way, and how did you keep everything out of the net?
Um, like I said, I think a huge part of it was just a phenomenal defensive play from my team, but as a goalie, it was just kind of making sure I was tracking everything, watching it all the way to my hands, all the way out of bounds, things like that.
Was there any save against Kodi that stuck out versus any others in particular?
Yeah, I had one in the first half that was kind of a cross body, across goal shot, and I made a great dive to save that one, and that one was really just felt good.
That's cool. Take me to Saturday against Powell. What did you see there in net?
Um, I feel like against Powell, there were definitely my team was a lot more tired from playing Kodi the day before, but there was definitely some good chances for Powell, and my team kind of stepped it up, but I felt like I just made some good plays and just did as much as I could, and it worked out.
So, kind of the same question. Was there any save that stood out one versus others, or a couple that stood out to you there?
In that one, not super particular, but there was one when they'd made a fast break past our defenders, and I had to slide out and took it right off the face, but it blocked it, so it was perfect. Felt good.
Ouch, ouch, ouch. Obviously, that's just the start of your season, and those are two big wins. But how do you kind of keep the momentum going, knowing that you can't rest, and now teams are going to kind of be coming after you guys a little bit?
Yeah, like you said, it's definitely going to be teams just wanting to attack us, and feels great to be in that position. Our soccer team's never really been there before, but we've always been a solid team, and I just think that it's going to be huge to keep that momentum going and keep that chip on our shoulder that we have the capability to win, and we just need to think about that and play like we did against Kodi and Powell.
How would you describe this year's group of guys with Mountain View Boys Soccer?
It's phenomenal. It's not just a team, but like a family, and like just everyone like if I were to miss a ball and it would go in the net, I know they're all gonna be 11 guys picking me up, just helping me out, patting me on the back. So it's just great atmosphere.
What do you love the most about soccer in general?
Um, Probably that it's more like fun, and it's not like as much of a, oh, I need to be perfect. It's more like oh, I can go out there and give it all my best, and there's other guys that are on that field with me. Like it's not 100% my fault, and like we're all one big team.
Gotcha. What do you love the most about being the keeper, though?
Definitely making saves. It just feels great. Shutouts feel amazing.
Yeah. Did you get? I mean, is that something that you have been as growing up, or is it a new position for you?
Yeah, I've always loved it growing up. I definitely have played a few different positions, but mostly keeper, and all of high school I've been keeper, so it's a good place to be. I like it.
Well, certainly some significant wins when you go on the road and take down number one and number two. Congratulations to you, your teammates, and a great start to the season. Congrats on being our athlete of the week. And Colter, thank you for taking a few minutes to chat with me.
Thank you for letting me.